against Farnborough in the second round. First time we've ever met. Farnborough below midway in the league below us. Oh, what could be easier? Well, that's a misleading league table. Farnborough are going to be tough. Really difficult game this for Wrexham, and we've got a couple of changes in the Wrexham side as well. One of which is that Ollie Palmer is on the bench. He has had a bit of a knock lately. He's not been 100%. Looking at the Farnborough side, so 15th in the National League South does not look good. However, they're unbeaten in 12. They haven't lost 8 away games in a row. They are struggling, if you look at the league table, to score goals. They've scored less than 1 goal a game, 16 goals in 17 matches. But in cup matches, they've scored 21 goals in 5. So this is a team that has got something. They're unbeaten, and I would put it to you that they're actually the best side in terms of form that's come to the racecourse this season. Farnborough kicking towards the university end. And here we go. The ball's fed backwards and immediately launched over the top by Page. Hayden heads it clear to the halfway line. Mullen is caught from behind as the ball's cleared. No foul. I think rightly not a foul. Not the best header away, but he steps out and wins it back. That's excellent. McAlinden, with a very high position throughout that move, is now bursting forwards. Lee is outside him. McAlinden needs to play him in. That's good. Lee, right hand side, 2 strikers in the box to aim for. Hits the goal line. Locku's come across, pulls it back nicely. Mullen mishits it. That was a chance. And the defender hits her off. Another defender. A silly piece of defending concedes a corner, but Mullen took a wild swing at that and missed the ball completely. It was a chance.
It was very much a chance. I think Mullen will look back at that and be a bit disappointed that he didn't get hold of it.
So Young with the in-swinger. Sweeps it beyond the far post. Is headed away on his first Tozer, who drills it in the goal mouth. Great save! Another corner. Tight angle, but Tozer showed at Oldham that doesn't scare him.
No.
Went for power. Keeper was going down, but managed to stick his arm up, or it would have been a goal.
He got his shot in on target, and I think you can't ask for more from there.
No, tight angle as well, it was.
And the keeper, like I said, sold himself, and if it hadn't been for that strong arm, it would have been a goal. Corner floated in with height. Hayden gets up, heads it just wide. I think he got up a tiny bit too soon. Yeah. Mistimed it and headed just wide from 6 yards out.
He seemed to be the only one up there for a moment or two, and then the ball arrived, which I know it's typical Hayden anyway. He seems to hang in the air a bit, but he was there for longer than perhaps he was planning on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was pretty much a free header, although, I mean, as always happens, he makes it a free header by just leaping so high in the air, doesn't he? But he just arrived, I think, a bit too early, took off a bit too early, and this didn't quite hit the target. Lee is available on the corner of the box, marked by 1. I'd be very tempted to use Lee. You got ingenious in this situation, but Wrexham got loads of men in the goal mouth, all crowding the far post. It's swept beyond them, and Davis in loads of space brings it down. Great save by the keeper again. Tozer tries to be like Davis, right-footed. Another great save by the keeper. Outrageous goalkeeping by Jack Turner. Davis had all the time in the world on the 6-yard box until Turner gave him the rush, made a great block, and then when the shot came back in, blocked it again spectacularly. Great double save.
What a great spin on the corner, though. You know, the ingenuity to do that. You know,
to head clear. Lee jumps, heads it forwards. Dolby just beaten to it. Ball drops on the centre circle, and a nice little layoff inside. And he plays nearly ball. Reggie Young now running at Tunnicliffe, edge of the area. Plays it out wide. Pendlebury could hit this, drives it. Blocked by Howard, back in the goal mouth, and fed away. That was dangerous. It just took a nasty bounce in front of Howard and bounced off him. And our long-range shot goes way over from Yates, but well, I've got to say, that was a great breakaway, and we could easily have been punished there. Hayden's there and just launches a long ball in. Mullen wins that, but no one gambled on it. It's only cleared out to the edge of the area. Nice turn by Tunnicliffe. Squares it to the edge of the D. Lovely feet by him. Finds Dolby, who turns, hits it! Oh, just wide! That was a great hit by Dolby. Keeper absolutely flat-footed, and it just went wide of the post. Great effort.
Yeah, he leant back as he turns. It just rose that a little too much. It's just unlucky there, I think.
Lee's footwork was beautiful, wasn't it, in there? Tunnicliffe did well high up the pitch under pressure to move it on sensibly.
On the ground, I think Lee's one of our better players.
Oh, gosh. And Page emerges and drills a good ball forwards, which is taken well in his stride by the striker Saluso. He's got a chance now as he works wide to beat his man. He's beaten him beautifully. Lovely skill. He's taken it off the pitch, though, is he?
I don't know, was that offside?
The linesman's give a free kick.
He's given a free kick, but he got past the Wrexham player into the goal mouth. So, why has he done that? Why has he stopped play there? That's bizarre.
Surprised we haven't put more in the wall, actually.
Yeah, well, it's a very tight angle for a shot, but he does go for the shot. It ricochets out in the goal mouth. Woof, that could have gone anywhere. Well, Spencer Day, the manager of Farnborough, is applauding his team's shape as the ball's knocked in long and a bit hopefully Grant volleys it clear. Tunnicliffe does well in midfield to fight for it, but he's lost it now. And a chance for a breakaway. Only Saeed is ahead of Grant. He pops it inside. Now they've got players moving forwards. As it's spread to Saeed, he'll keep it in. It's not the best pass by Pendlebury. He'll keep it in right by the corner flag. He's drawn a man out to him. And lovely skill by Saeed to try and wriggle his way clear. He's still got it though. Works it inside to Grant. Cross comes in. Police are just beyond him. Farnborough bench has him for a foul. The shot comes in just over by Pendlebury. Well, the Farnborough bench felt rather optimistically that Kasimu had been held in the goal mouth. I don't think he was. It came out to Pendlebury. He nailed that and went just over.
Yeah, I think Pendlebury will be disappointed with that. He had a lot of time to get hold of that. And it was always rising, but it was only just over.
Wrexham were really on the ropes. We need half time. He's taken on McAlinda, beats it much too easily, feeds it inside. Pop back to the edge of the area, chance for a shot by Pendlebury, squares it instead, and Saeed runs into a good tackle by Lee. Still, they're trying to squeeze their way into the box. The Tozer gets a foot in, it drops loose, Killies is there. He goes down again in the box, and again the ref is not interested. The ball squeezed in the goal mouth and smashed away by Hayden. Wrexham clinging on desperately. Fair play to Farnborough. Penalty?
The Farnborough bench are keen for a penalty there. They're all up on their feet.
I mean, they were shouting for the earlier one, which was not. But as Wrexham have a man down, I think it's
Jordan Davis.
But Farnborough having an excellent spell. Here's a replay of that penalty shout to him, and he had his arm around his chest and pulled him. I've seen him give him. I think I put him in that category. It's a better shout than I thought. He doesn't look too clever, does he? That's a huge shame for us, isn't it? That's the last thing we want. Davis, of course, coming back from injury, and he's getting a standing ovation, but you just do not want to see Jordan Davis going off on a stretch here. It's horrible. As Young signals, sweeps it in, but pace. It's a touch and it's grabbed by the keeper on the goal line. Well, I think it was a defender who got the touch, but knocked it goalwards. And the referee has had enough. Half time, and we've had to work for that.
Yeah, we've had to work for that. Yeah, I think Farnborough would be the happier side.
Absolutely. As here we go, Wrexham restart. Tozer launches it wrong. It's got very blustery and wet and windy now. And I think the wind may have been in Farnborough's favour in the first half, so was that a factor? James Jones heading the ball down. It's flicked away by Saeed. Young does well to win it back. It's helped on by Mullen. Wrexham really looking to pen Farnborough in early on. And now it's Mullen scrapping and winning the ball back. Well, Lee though can't latch onto it as drills clear.
It's the biggest cup attendance since Borough in the cup.
Brilliant. Ball swept in and touched on towards goal. And it's in! Wrexham take the lead. Is that Mullen? Oh, Jones.
Mullen with the final touch.
It was a scrappy goal, but that doesn't matter from Wrexham's point of view, because they desperately needed to get back and get a grip on this match. And there we are. Wrexham take the lead. Mullen are we going for? I'm really not sure.
Only a couple of minutes, 3 or 4 minutes. I think Wrexham really needed that to settle them down into this half. I was slightly disappointed for Farnborough as well after that. But
oh, you can't be. You can't. Think of the third round of the FA Cup.
Yeah, it was Mullen, and that is therefore his 50th Wrexham goal. In 68 games. Not bad.
Not bad. No.
Just to give you a measure of how impressive that is, Tommy Bamford, the goal machine, took 67. Only one better. So, throw in, taking a Wrexham, win it back, and James Jones helps it on. McFadden hits it! Oh, it's missed! What does McFadden have to do to score? James rolled him in beautifully. One-on-one with the keeper, hit it first time, back across him. Not the easiest thing to do to hit it first time, but he did it well, and it scraped the post. Yeah, well, that should have been a goal.
I think he's going to be disappointed with that.
Yeah.
to be fair.
Yeah, he's got to do better in that situation, hasn't he, really? Everyone back defending for Wrexham. Pendlebury gets the go-ahead. Steps up. Over the wall. Oh, it's in!
Yeah.
Good strike. Howard's got his hands to it. He'll be disappointed he wasn't able to keep it out. But he pushed it into the roof of the net. And Farnborough score. First goal Wrexham have conceded at home since that Blythe Spartans game. Apart from a penalty. But that was a lovely free kick. Maybe didn't quite get it in the corner, but Howard couldn't get across quickly enough. Pushed it in the roof of the net. He may want to have a look at that and wonder if he could have done better.
I think Howard's going to be disappointed with that one, to be honest.
But it was pretty close then.
Yeah.
The thing is that Pendlebury didn't go for power. He whipped it over the wall with pace. And as a result, it's 1-1. Tozer driving forwards, works it wide on the right-hand side. Young now. Chipped over the top by Tozer. Dolby does well to flick on. McAlinden picks up edge area, squeeze onto Mullen. Brilliant first time ball, Dolby. Tight angle. Oh, it's dreadful. Oh, he's wasted that. I think he was trying to be cute and flick the ball with the outside of his foot to give Mullen a tap in.
Yeah,
well, it was a shooting position, or just pass it to Mullen and he scores.
Shoot.
Terrible waste. He's going to get subbed in a moment. I'm afraid that didn't. He had the chance to change Parkinson's mind there and he wasted it.
I think he should have gone for the shot, to be honest, from there.
Yeah, it was hard to tell what he was doing, wasn't it? Right, here come the changes. Dolby gets a good round of applause. He's worked hard.
Yeah, he's had a good game. It's just his last touch there that was a bit disappointing.
Yeah, that's the one thing I'd really moan about, was that then. A great opportunity. And I assume McAlinden will be the other one to make way. Yeah. So Wrexham have got interesting splits set up here. 3 men at the far post, 2 at the near. Big gap in the middle. Ball slung in towards Tunnicliffe, who nods it down in the goal mouth. Intercepted. Tunnicliffe went to back. Bursts through. He's forced wide. He goes down. Is that a penalty? No. Ref says no.
I suppose the keeper
weird
came
quote
up
from Talksport stares at me. God knows why. But easily brought under control and clipped forwards again by Reggie Young. And Hayden won't be able to get there ahead of Saeed on the left-hand side. Tight to him now. Saeed twists, trying to go inside, then out. Nice footwork by Saeed. Pulls it back. Norval Williams cuts inside, goes around the outside, tries to poke it forwards. Takes a ricochet inside, is in, and he kills it. What a save! What a save by Howard. Lovely build-up play, that. And Saeed
really should have finished it there, I think.
curls it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Terrific save, though. Stretched. He read the shot and tips it behind for a corner.
I was just waiting for that to go in, to be honest.
That was great stuff, wasn't it? Throw to Wrexham, 30 yards out. The fans are really engaged in this, aren't they?
Yeah, I think Wrexham needs to be careful they don't get caught on the break.
Cute early throw by Mullen, finds forward, back to Mullen. Flat cross, goes across the box. It's cleared as far as Lee, who hits it! Oh! What a goal! Elliot Lee! Top corner! Absolute screamer! That is a hell of a goal! Elliot Lee smashing it home! And Wrexham have the lead again, but wow, that's quality, that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the way he took one touch and then buried it in the top corner.
Yeah.
It is unbelievable. It is,
I mean, he's putting a hell of a good shift, Lee, isn't he? And wow, what a strike. Mullen did well to find him, and Lee smashing it in the top right corner. Gives Wrexham the lead again.
And Wrexham have done very well to stretch Farnborough as well, because they were keeping their shape very nicely and trying to catch Wrexham on the break by sort of basically getting everybody behind the ball. So Wrexham did well to finally actually stretch them out. And it was that side-to-side switch by Mullen that created the space for Lee to shoot and score.
And also the quick thinking of the quick throw by Mullen forward, which set it up. Robinson steps up then. Big crowd of players at the near post as his target. Sweeps it in and is headed away well. Tunnicliffe's doing some great headers today. Goes back to Robinson, who pokes down the line as well. Read by Luke Young, who intercepts and keeps it in. And good ball down the line now. Palmer could start something here as he holds it up and turns and then pokes a great pass down the line. Real possibilities. McFadden. Wrexham 2-on-1 here. McFadden pulls it across. Ford.
Yes!
Wing back to wing. That's lovely stuff. That was great football, brilliant, coruscating, breakaway football. McFadden with a perfect ball across the face, and the keeper totally exposed, side-footed in the top left corner, and Wrexham take a 3-1 lead. Jones, was it? I think.
Perfect counter-attack football.
Who scored it?
Mullen.
Was it? Mullen. Never heard of him.
I thought it was.
I thought it was Ford, was it?
I thought it was Ford, but it wasn't, because he was running up to celebrate afterwards. So I called it wrong. Now there's a novelty. Oh, it's on again now on the replay. I can see it. McFadden. No, it's not. That's the miscontrol by Mullen, isn't it? Oh. It's Mullen.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Remember, you heard it first. Neil told us.
Great counter-attacking football.
Superb.
Perfect.
Yeah. I think Palmer's got to take a lot of credit, because he could have panicked with that and just kicked it forward. But he held it up, turned, thought about it, gave time for the two runners to get moving, and then played them in.
Yeah. Here comes Toes with that long throw down the line to clear Wrexham's lines. Slings it towards Palmer. His shirt's being pulled by Loku. Headed partly away, and then Lee over the top, and Mullen is on here for the hat-trick. One-on-one. Oh, he sliced it hideously. The whole Wrexham team had their head in their hands. I've got to say, he's got to do a lot better than that.
Time, guys. He had so much time there to just bring it down and stroke it in the back of the net.
I think he had time to take on the keeper. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, he was all on his own. He had so much time. He could have brought it down. He could have done whatever he wanted. He decided he wanted to
smash it into the cover.
Get the hat-trick in the grand manner by slamming it in like Jeff Hurst at the end of the World Cup final in 1966. Jeff Hurst didn't do that. It's a great ball over the top. I thought he looked well offside, I've got to be honest. Maybe Mullen thought that, and that's why he smashed it.
Oh, well,
as Palmer wins the ball back, and it's knocked over the top, and here goes Mullen again, sprinting in behind. Again, it's an awkward one to control. Three defenders on him, he juggles past them, hits a shot which is blocked. Is it? No, he's just pulled it behind.
He's just pulled it behind.
He's trying to do Lee Trundle at Bristol Rovers then. Little juggle back to goal, suddenly turn and hit it. It was very difficult skill. He nailed, pulled her off.
It's Lee, I think.
Yeah, standing ovation for Lee. That's my prediction, and heck, I'm right. Lee has been superb, made a huge difference. He's worked throughout this game, and then that goal to put Wrexham ahead was straight out the top drawer, wasn't it? It's not a club record. The old records are the club records, but yeah, that's quite an achievement, that, as Palmer picks it up, clips it over his man and juggles it to the corner flag. He's enjoyed this little cameo, Palmer. He's held on to it, and he drills across to the edge of the area. It's popped wide, and the shot comes in. Oh, what a goal! What a goal! Touched on by McFadden and smashed into the net. What a finish that was! And that is how you seal an FA Cup tie, and how you seal a hat-trick.
In a spectacular fashion as well.
Yeah.
Oh. Sensational, that. Absolutely sensational. Mullen gets the hat-trick. My word.
And something's happened to McFadden this half. His passes have suddenly started going to feet.
Yeah, he's done very well second half. He's recovered, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Wow, what a strike that was, though. What a strike by Mullen. Half volley, well, not half volley, scissor volley, 15 yards out, left of centre, smashed past the keeper before he could set himself. There'll be 4 added minutes. And all of a sudden, at the end of the first half, remember we said we don't want any time added on? Now, let's have half an hour. We'll use that on the podcast as the ball swept in. Header towards goal, good save. Great save, that by Howard. Loco pounded a header from 8 yards out towards the bottom left corner, and Howard somehow got down and pulled it away, and then a mistake at the back, and Mullen pops it off. O'Connor over the top, and Mullen's bursting between the two men and can't quite get the head of ball, who still has to hack it out for a throw-in. Toes are on the halfway line now. Feeds it backwards, and there's the final whistle. And what a show Wrexham put on in the final quarter of that match. A sensational conclusion to the game. Wrexham winning 4-1.